Bali ni ona ma tem ba okay. Hello? Hello?
Hello, hello, sir.
Are you there?
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir. Hello, sir.
Good morning. Are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So, can we go on?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Can you hear me? Where is Onyiko? Onyiko?
You can hear you, sir.
I'm here, sir.
Onyiko, please stay on the line. Make sure there's no noise where you are, please, Onyiko. What about is it Abibat or Azizat? What about Chidera? What about
Sorry,
Dipo?
I'm
sorry,
here, sir. I'm
video
here,
is.
sir.
Okay. So we are last week we were looking at income. Remember, your first port of call is to look at section 3. Section 3 lists almost everything. Anytime you make any gain, 1 naira, 2 naira, it's an income. Anytime you make anything, you go to the store, you are supposed to buy for 200 naira. They say buy one, get one free. You have made an income. So now you have an income from that extra to anytime you make an income. If you are in doubt, then you apply the test, the 3 tests in Glenshaw Glass. Has that be an undeniable accession to wealth? Is it clearly realized? Does the taxpayer has dominion over the item? Today, we want to step back before we go into the question we were looking at last week. We want to look at where does a taxpayer, where does he pay his tax? So if Onyeka is living in Mowe or Ibapo or Akute or Agbara, and then Onyeka lives works on the island. So from Akute, from Ogijo, she journeys every day to the island. Where is Onyeka supposed to pay her tax? The law is that every taxpayer under section 2 sub 2 of Peter is that every taxpayer must pay his or her tax in the state where he or she resides. So if Onyeka is living in Ibafo or Mowe or some other place in Ogun State and works in Lagos, it doesn't matter. The law is that she must pay her tax in the state where she resides. That's what the law says. But we all know that it is the employer, except if she's a self-employed. If she's self-employed, the employer always deduct the tax before paying her the salary. And if the employer is in Lagos, the employer will usually deduct in Lagos. I'm sure some of you have been following the tax debate. So if a person is working for First Bank with the head office in Lagos, but the person lives in Akute or some other place close to Lagos, First Bank will not remit the tax to Ogun State. First Bank will remit the tax to Lagos State, where First Bank is located. I'm sure you've been following the fight on the television now. But there are 4 categories of people who do not pay their tax to any state. The first category are people in the military service. If a person is working for either the Army, Nigerian Army, Nigerian Police, Nigerian Navy, or Nigerian Air Force, those are the 4 categories that are listed in the Tax Act. If a person is working for Nigerian Police, Nigerian Army, Nigerian Navy, or Nigerian Air Force, such person will not pay tax to any state. Such person will pay the tax to the federal government. The only exception to that exception is if a person is working in a civilian capacity. So if a person is a military officer and is living in Lagos, that person will not pay tax to Lagos. But if a person is a teacher at the Army Children's School, that person will pay tax to Lagos State because that person is a civilian, although working for the military. But if a person is a military person, that person will not pay tax to Lagos. Second category of people that will not pay tax to a state are diplomats, Nigerian diplomats. So if a person is an ambassador to Spain or ambassador to Ghana or to US, that person will not pay tax to Nigeria. That person will pay tax to the federal government. The person is a non-resident. The person is a non-resident, but made income in Nigeria. That means the person did not stay in Nigeria for 183 days. So let's assume that the person has an account, a bank account in Lagos and earns interest in that bank. So that tax will go to federal government. Then the fourth category, number 4, are people living in Abuja. So there are 4 categories of people who do not pay tax to the state where they reside. The first category are military officers, except if the person is working as a civilian in the military barrack. The second category are diplomats, Nigerian diplomats that are working maybe overseas or for Nigerian Foreign Service. They are deemed to be working for the federal government, not for the state. The third category are people working non-resident who make income in Nigeria. So if your brother is in US but has an account in Lagos, and then they credit him interest, that person will not pay tax to Lagos State but to federal. And then the fourth category are people who are living in Abuja. Then we now go to, before we go to the questions again, we go to illegal income, illegal, something that is not legal income. I'm sure you've seen the cases on that page. If you go to that material we are reading, if you go to page 7.
No.
Page 7 to 8. So if a person makes an illegal income, there's a person talking on the phone there. Who's that? Could you excuse us? Could you just log off and then come back when we finish talking? So if a person makes an illegal income, maybe the person is an armed robber or the person is a thug, and then he makes millions of naira. The law in Nigeria is amoral. It doesn't care. The law does not care where you make your money from, whether from good or bad. If you look at the statute, it doesn't say only good people must pay tax. So if you steal money, you must pay tax. Okay? If you go to buy food at Red Bricks and the person selling does not forgot to take money from you, you must go to LRS and tell them that you have made an income of 500 naira or 1,000 naira because you did not pay for that food. So the law does not care how you make your income. The law doesn't care how you make your income. The law does not care. It is your income. It is your income that matters, the money that you made. So it doesn't matter. If you look at section 3 very well, section 3 sub 1 paragraph F says that all other income that is not mentioned above So we don't care in Nigeria where you make your income, whether from good or bad. You will pay your tax. So illegal income are subject to tax. So if a lady is a baddie on the campus, one of the baddies there, and she's making a lot of money, that is income. She must declare that income at the end of the year. So now we want to go to our questions that we're looking at. How many people have practiced those questions? What question are we? When you come, what question were we when we left?
Sir, we stopped at number 3.
Okay. Have you practiced anything since that Thursday? Okay, so let's go to number 4. Number 4.
Number 4.
Yes, please.
Lawyer works for employer and earns 2 million naira per year in 2012. Gani Fahemi asks lawyer to work Gani at 2,500,000 per year. Employer increases lawyer's salary with stock or shares worth 500,000 and a used car from lawyer's wife worth 500,000 in 2013. How much did the lawyer make?
Okay, so lawyer is working for his boss and is making 2 million naira. But another person wanted to hire lawyer. That time, 2 million naira was big money in 2013. That was big money then. Now, another person wanted to hire lawyer. Okay, so that person now said, okay, you know what? I will give you 2 million naira, but I'll give you stock purchase, stock options, shares, and then I will give your wife 500,000 naira. So as lawyer made any income in 2013, if she takes that offer, who wants to attempt it so that we can see whether you guys understand? So the lawyer went to work for the new lawyer. The new lawyer paid him 2 million naira and paid him shares, stock of shares, then gave a car to the wife of lawyer, used car, good car for 500 in 20. That was a good car in 2012. So how much has lawyer made in 2013? Who wants to attempt it with authorities? Quickly. Who is this? Who is this talking? Is that person attempting the question? Okay, let me call somebody. What about class? Please, can that person mute that lady? Chidera, can you untype the question?
I really don't know, sir. I don't know, sir.
Abiba, can you attempt the question? Is that not Abiba?
Hello,
Lady I talked to? Yes, who's that? Yes, who's that?
Matthew.
Matthew.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead quickly.
The lawyer is earning 2 million naira per year in 2012 for the firm he's working for, and the firm also increased his salary by giving him
just give us the answer. Don't give us the question again. Just say this is my authority. I want that's all. So how much
based
did
on section 31F?
How much did the lawyer make in 2013?
30 million.
Eh?
3 million.
Okay, can you break it down for us and give us the authority for your
Section 31F of the personal income tax that talks about profit and gains.
Can you break it down? How you arrive at the 3 million? That's what we're asking you. We're not asking you, and then you saw for your point, you want the answer. How did you arrive at 3 million? How did you arrive at 3 million? Matthew. Hello? Anybody there? Hello? Hello? Am I losing you or we are losing him?
My peers that we are losing him.
We are losing him, Abby?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who is this talking? Who is this talking? Who wants to attempt it? Sorry. No, don't worry, Matthew, you are breaking off. Don't worry. Let's talk another person. Who else can attempt it?
Okay, so I want to try.
Who is this?
This is read one, sir.
Read one. Okay, go. I want to know your name. That's what
I said.
Okay, so I believe the total income for 2013 should be 3 million naira, because under definition of income by section 3, it includes.
Tell us how. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Yes, yes. It includes what?
It includes any profits or benefits. It can be also be Are
we losing everybody? Is it my internet or your internet? Who else is
no,
there?
sir. I guess it's my I guess it's mine, sir. It was mine.
Okay, can you break that? Okay, divide before you give us the 20. Give me break down the 3 million. How did you arrive at 3 million?
Okay, his salary is 2 million naira.
Okay, so what is that taxable or not?
It is taxable.
What authority do you have for that?
Section 3. So
okay.
Section 3, which says that which talks about what to be subject to tax and includes salaries.
Okay, what else? Now we have 2 million after 3 million, remaining under 1 million. So how did you arrive at 3 million? Yes.
There is a sorry, sir. The 500,000 worth of shares, so I believe it's taxable.
How? What gives you the authority that is taxable?
By Section 3, it says that any grant or profits, including premiums arising from a right granted to any other person.
No, that you are on Section 3, but it's not premium. What?
It's not that. Yes.
It's not premium. You know, it's not premium.
It's not. Yeah.
What?
I don't know. Maybe other gains or profits from employment. Other gains or profits from employment.
Exactly. Yes. So that one is so obvious now, and you're telling me.
Yeah.
So now, now hold on. Let's now subject that. Let's say on that shares now. Let's subject it to the test in Glenshaw glass. What's the test in Glenshaw glass?
Okay, it should. There are 3 tests which must fulfill. It must be undeniable ascension to wealth.
Has there be undeniable ascension to wealth?
Yes, sir.
How?
Because the 500,000 accrues to him. He benefits from it a bit.
It belongs to him now. Okay. Number
yes.
2. What's second element? Yes.
It must be clearly realized.
Okay. So is it clearly realized?
Yes, because the shares would have been like ascribed to his name now.
Okay. What's the third element?
And the taxpayer must have complete dominion over it.
Okay. Now, so you have 2.5 million. What happens? Where do you get the other 500,000? I say it's 3 million.
The 500,000 is the car.
Yes.
And the question says that you use car from the lawyer's wife.
Oh. From or to?
It says from. You use car from there.
Oh, it's to. So it's not from.
Okay, a used car to the lawyer's wife. What's 500,000?
Yes.
I believe he might have needed to buy a car for his wife, but since he did not need to anymore, it should be an.
Well, it's a gift. It's a gift now.
Yes, sir. Oh, yes, that should be cool.
Now I'm asking you, it's a gift.
Yes, it is.
So was it given to you, you yourself?
No.
Why was it not given to you?
I don't know. But it is a profit that arises from his business. So we can also classify it as being taxable.
No, that's why I'm asking. When you say it's a gift, why was it not given to you? You yourself, Mr. Is it Dami or Quadio? What do you call your name now?
Read one.
Read one. Why was it not given to you?
Because I am not the lawyer.
Exactly. So it's a gain from employment. Even
Yes,
though it's
gain from
given. That's what. See, don't use the word I believe. You're a lawyer, okay? Mr. Ridwan,
okay.
you got
Sir.
all the answers. You got all the answers right.
Yes, sir.
So so don't say I believe. You must be sure. You must be confident of, even if you are talking nonsense. Don't you watch
Thank you,
TV?
sir.
I watch TV all the time. People don't know anything about tax. They are talking about this tax. They don't know anything, but they are talking confidently. And people are saying they are talking well. Yeah, and they are talking well. So what else now? So I had a lady there. What do you want to say? Hello, what were you saying? So in all these instances, the things that were given to the lawyer were given to him by virtues of his employment. And if you want to know if they are gains, then you would subject it to the test in Glenshaw. Is it undeniable accession to wealth? 500,000 car. If anybody gives me a car now, I will give it to you the next day. If you give me 500,000, tomorrow I'll be, if I see you from afar, let's say I'm standing in front of the faculty, and I see you in front of the education, I will shout, hey, Mr. Ridwan, Ogasa, Tuale, because you are giving me something. So all these things were given to him, not because he's a good guy, not because he's a pastor, but because he's working there. They want to lure him. So these are all benefit by virtue of his employment. So you have to subject it to Section 3, and you have to subject it to the Glenshaw glass test. And then you must be clear if there's a profit or not. Question 5, Mr. Moyiko.
5. Insurance adjuster refers clients to an auto repair firm for a kickback of 10% billings on oil referrals. Does adjuster have income, even if the arrangement violates local law?
Who wants to attempt that? Which one do you want to attempt it again? I don't want to call Matthew because Matthew's line is breaking off. Matthew, are you back or you are still breaking off? Hello, any other person? We have to do, these are practical. You know, we don't have board. You are not seeing me. We have to do practical. Once you move on, I'm not coming back to this anymore. Once you move back from this is the basis of our personal income tax. You must know what the income is. Income tax. If you don't know what the income, you won't know the tax. So who wants to attempt it?
It is still income.
Who is this?
Although it is illegal income. This is
Who is this?
Toibat.
Toibat, okay. No. Which one are you attempting? There are 2 sets of questions there. Now you have to talk like a lawyer. What?
Number 5.
I know, yeah, but there are 2 bullet points there. So let's start.
Okay,
Don't just jump in.
adjuster have income?
What?
Does adjuster have income?
Yes.
Yes, it does. Using the glacial glass principle.
Yes, tell me, what are those principles?
Undeniable ascension to wealth. Hello?
I'm listening, I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
It's undeniable ascension to wealth, which he has dominion over.
That's all?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And the second point,
I give you 50% on that first one. Go ahead.
even
Go
if
ahead.
the arrangement violates local law, yes, it is still income because illegal loans, illegal income is still income.
What authority do you have?
Authority, I'm coming.
We are waiting.
This says hello?
Well, listen, go ahead.
The case of Cesarini and United States.
Was that a crime? Well, it's part of it, but what about section 3, sub 1, paragraph F of Peter? What does it say?
Section 3(1)(f).
Yes, sir.
Section 3(1)(f) says that any profit gain payments not falling within paragraphs A to E, inclusive of this subsection, is also income.
Okay, exactly. So any other profit, because we have spent 37 minutes already. So every other profit. So let's go to Toibat. Can you read question 6 for us? We like your voice, just like Onyinkan's voice. Question 6. Toibat, you've left us? Is it this thing breaking up or you are getting knocked off today? Onyinkan, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's not me. Okay, go ahead. Onyinkan, read section 6 first.
Okay, 6.
Hello?
Owner agrees to rent tenants a lake house in Lekki for the summer for 5 million naira. So the first question, how much income does owner realize if she agrees to charge only 1 million and tenant effects improvement for 4 million?
Okay, so there's a house, the fair market value for rental is 5 million. First question says that owner lets tenant to live there. Tenant pays 1 million, but tenant now effects improvement, build swimming pool, put light, painted the house, everything costing 4 million. So how much has owner made in that number one? How much has tenant paid in that number one? Who wants to attempt it? Who wants to attempt it? We need to move. We need to talk so that if you are making mistakes, Storybar, do you want to attempt it? Is it Quadri? What's that guy's name again?
Read one,
sir.
sir.
Read one. Yeah, read one. Read one. Do you want to attempt it?
I want to try, sir.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. The owner, the income, total income that the owner has made based on the question, based on the bullet points, one should be 5 million naira.
Okay. Tell us how you arrive at 5 million.
Because the improvement is a benefit. So it was 4 million and the 1 million naira goes to the owner.
What authority do you have?
It's the Glenshaw's case.
Yes.
It fulfills the requirements for
I'm listening.
Yeah, it is an undeniable ascension to wealth. It was clearly realized and it has no. So I'm not sure anymore. So.
No. When you have a question, there are three parts. See, when you have a question, there are two parts of the income. The total, you say 5 million. You say 1 million is a cash, 4 million is improvement. So when you are analyzing a question, you first of all deal with one first. At least if you get that one right, if you make a mistake in the second one, then you know where the mistake. There are two parts to the question. Then if you have scored your 50% in number one, and if you get half of number two, I think you have 75%. When you now lump it together and you now stop midway. So let's go ahead, Mr. Ridwan. Yes, Mr. Ridwan. Let's start all over again. How much did you say the owner has made?
Okay, we can start with the 1 million that she agreed to charge.
So there are two components of the 5 million, Abi?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So one is 1 million cash that was paid to her. Is that income to owner, yes or no?
It is, sir.
Why do you say it's income? What are your authorities?
It fulfills the requirement under Genshaws case because it's an undeniable ascension to wealth. He's clearly realized and he has complete dominion over it.
Okay, what about under Section 3? Is it a gain or profit under Section 3?
It's a profit. It's a gain.
They mean the same thing. They are the same thing. So let's go to the second component, the 4 million naira improvement that the owner put on the house. The owner put swimming pool, he painted the house, he paved it, he did some horticulturing and did all that onto the house. What 4 million? Is that a gain or not?
I don't believe it is, sir. Okay, I don't think it is, sir. Because
why not?
If you are to apply the Genshaws test,
yes,
it will fulfill the first two requirements. I don't think it will fulfill the third one.
So when the tenant finish, it will take the house. It will remove the paint from the house.
Or
it will remove the swimming pool.
But for the period where the tenant still has the house, the owner does not have complete dominion over it.
Doesn't have dominion on his own house? Or
Sir,
have you done land law?
We are doing it, sir.
No. You are the owner of your house.
Okay.
Sir?
Okay, sir. It's noted.
So you mean when the man finishes, he will dig out the swimming pool, carry out the water on his head, and be taking it to his where he's going? Would he do that?
Sir. No.
Would he will remove the paint from the house when he's going?
No, sir.
So all those things, it has affected. So if the owner were to have hired somebody else to put those things on the house, how much would the owner have paid out? If the owner had hired a third party to do the swimming pool, put the painting on the house, how much do you think the owner would have spent?
The same amount of money.
So
same 4 million naira.
So did the owner lose that 4 million now?
No.
So where is the 4 million? The 4 million that he did not spend, where is it now?
It forms part of the house now.
No. The 4 million that he has not spent.
Yes.
It's in his own pocket or his account. But the house has increased in value, has it not?
It has.
Exactly. So the owner has benefited 4 million naira from the improvement, and as well, he has spent 1 million naira cash. So those two constitute profit or gain under Section 3. And then, even if you apply the case law as well. So let's go to the second one, Onyekon. What's the second bullet point? Somebody is talking there or is moving. If you are not talking, please mute. Only two people now. Ridwan and
So the second question.
Yes, please.
Is there a difference in results to owner above if tenant effects exactly the same improvements or by the tenant himself and incurs only 1 million?
Okay. So Matthew, are you there? Matthew. Are you mute? There was a lady with an A to the like a man's name the last time. Who else? Toibat, do you want to come back? Because we are not talking. We are doing a problem question. Toibat. Azizat. Abibat.
So, I want to read the question again. So
you are reading, is it Toibat?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you reading the question? Quickly. We have a long way to go and we are not moving. I want us to finish these questions today. Yes. Have you finished reading it now?
I'm coming, sir. Is there a difference in results to owner above if tenant affects?
Yes. So what happened above? What happened above? What happened above?
How much income the owner realize if she agrees to charge only 1 million naira and tenant effects improvements for 4 million naira?
So what happened above?
The second question.
No, what happened above first? Forget the question. What happened there? Can you interpret from what me and the other guy were discussing? What happened above in number one?
Okay, the tenant agreed to make improvements to the house, 4 million naira in improvements, in addition to 1 million naira rent. So which makes 5 million naira income for the landlord.
And then when we now analyze, Mr. Ridwan now said it's 5 million, and we said it was correct. We now go to number 3. They said, would it matter?
Is there a difference?
Is there a difference now to owner? Would it matter now? If tenant did all the work by himself
and by tenant and income only 1 million.
Okay, well, who was the focus of the question in question number 1? Who was the focus? Who did he focus
landlord.
On? The land, exactly.
The landlord.
So now, in this second one too, who are we focusing on?
Is there a difference in results to owner, the owner?
Exactly. So what that question is trying to confuse you trying to distract you by introducing what the tenant spent. So in this case, we don't care what the tenant spent. We're only focusing on the who?
On the landlord.
Exactly. So let's focus on the landlord. What has landlord? Has he gained, or is there any difference to the landlord now that the owner did the tenant did the work by himself? It happened that the tenant is a bricklayer or is a contractor, and so he knows how to do this thing. So he didn't pay anything. He did his own labor to do it. Does it matter?
Well, yes,
does
it is still 5 million.
Landlord?
Although he did not spend in
what?
He incurred other expenses.
What? Oh, no, wait. Let's start all over again. I said, don't use the word he or they. Mention the name of
tenant.
So let's go ahead. What's your answer?
I'm saying even though the tenant did not incur 5 million naira, he had made other kinds of payments in kind in effect of that 5 million naira. So it is still a benefit to the landlord.
No, we don't. I don't understand though, because you are speaking too much. So how much did landlord gain?
5 million naira.
How did in this second one? No, how did you arrive at 5 million?
I'm saying that even though the tenant incurred only 1 million.
Let's not mention any more tenant. How did you arrive at 5 million? Because the focus of the question is on the owner. How did you arrive at 5 million?
The improvement the tenant made.
Yes.
And the 1 million.
No, you didn't give me value. I want to hold on. I want to know, is this a figure? You said, how did we arrive at 5 million? So break the 5 million down for me. Yes.
Okay, from the 1 million naira that he paid in cash.
Who is E?
And the
No,
I'm sorry, the tenant.
Sir, don't use the word E, because there are two people there. I don't know whether you understand. So start all over again. Don't use the word E. Don't use the word they. Don't use the word them. Don't you. Use the name of the title, whether it's the landlord or tenant. So let's start again. You said it's 5 million. How did you arrive at 5 million?
Yes. From the 1 million naira the tenant paid.
1 million naira what? Is it cash or what? It's a very essential element there.
It's 1 million naira cash.
1 million naira what?
Cash.
Cash. Don't omit it. It's stated there. It's actually put there in the question so that you will not make a mistake. So there's a 1 million naira cash paid, exactly. So leaving 4 million, you said 5 million. No, so I'm trying. Where did the other 5 million came? Where did it come from?
From all the expenses that he went to.
Not expenses. Not expenses. No, not expenses. Not expenses. That's the wrong word. Where did the 4 million come from?
The improvement made to the house.
Improvement. It's not expenses. It's improvement.
The improvements made to the house.
The focus is on the landlord.
Still a benefit to the landlord.
Exactly. The person who incurred the expenses is the tenant, and we are not focusing on the tenant. Please, don't get confused. That is why I always warn people, on the day of the exam, do not be reading into the exam more. Relax, so that you can interpret the question clearly. In this question, second one, if you focus on the tenant, you will miss it. The focus is on the owner. So if you are relaxed, what this question is asking you now, he said, okay, assuming that Ridwan was right in the first question, when Ridwan said 1 million naira cash to the owner is income, 4 million naira improvement, swimming pool and all that thing is also income to the landlord. Assuming Ridwan is right. Now they now said, well, in the second question, would the answer be different if the tenant, the person who put that improvement of 4 million naira there, he didn't spend anything. He only bought something of 1 million. Because the reason why the tenant did not spend anything was because tenant himself is a contractor. He knows how to construct stuff. So when he did construction, he didn't incur any expense. So would your answer change? Now, the focus is on the owner, not the way the tenant did the work. What did the owner get? The owner still got 1 million naira cash, and at the same time, he still got improvement of 4 million. So the answer will not change, because the focus of this question is on the owner. What did the owner get in number one? What did the owner get in number two? The same thing he got in number one, that's what he got in number two, irrespective of whether it was a lawyer that did it, it was a doctor that did it, or it was the other person. It does not matter. The owner still got 5 million. Now let's go to number 3.
Sir, please, I have a question.
Yes, please.
I'm confused. Sir, please, how is the owner going to, Mayowa? Sir, can I ask my question?
Go ahead.
Okay, so how is the owner going to pay tax on 4 million naira that he never actually received? Because 4 million naira...
Is he receiving?
Yes, it's improvement. It's not a cash benefit. It's just improvement. How is he paying tax on...
Hold on. Read one. Read one.
Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
Can you explain to her how is it benefit to the owner?
Because under section 3, so
no, practically now. Mayowa.
Okay.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
If I take you to ShopRite now, let's say you are going to ShopRite, you want to buy something of 10 million naira, and you met me on the road, and I said, okay, I'll buy it for you. Don't spend the 10 million naira anymore. Have you made any gain?
Yes, sir.
Why?
I didn't end up spending the 10 million naira I intended to
No,
spend.
exactly. Now, in this second question, on this question, did the owner end up spending that 4 million naira from his pocket?
Sir. So I understand now.
So anytime you are supposed to do something and somebody did it for you. Remember that case of Old Colony where somebody paid the tax of somebody and another person for him. So anytime you're supposed to spend, let's say you want to rent a place in Akoka. You didn't qualify for house in the campus on the campus. You got a place in Akoka. And you want to pay, and I say, oh, don't worry, I'll pay for you. You have a benefit.
Okay, so I have one more.
Is this Simayowa?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's the second question?
So what if prior to the agreement, prior to the improvements or anything, there was a written contract between the owner and the tenant, where they already said it's the tenants that must do the improvements. Will the 4 million naira still be a benefit to the owner?
As long as the tenant contributed to improve the owner's property.
Okay.
Something the owner was supposed to pay for and he ended up not paying it. Let's say let's say you're a landlord now, you have a tenant. The tenant did not pay for electricity and left the house 1 million naira, and I'm the new tenant, and I moved in and I paid that 1 million naira for you so that your house can be rented. You have made income of 1 million because you have a bad debt. If nobody paid that 1 million, no other person was going to rent the house. So anytime somebody defrayed your expense, gave you money, gave you discount, gave you free food, gave you free data, gave you free airtime, something you're supposed to pay for, say, I will do it for you. You have made an income. That's the law. We'll not get to the exceptions later. If the exceptions don't apply, then it's an income. So the first thing you need to recognize that it is an income. We're going to get to the exceptions later. It could be a gift. It could be something else. It could be a donation. But in this case now, it is an income. First of all, you must recognize, now we are recognizing income first. Anytime somebody says, don't do it. Have you paid your faculty dues, Mayowa?
No, sir.
How much is it?
I think 14,000.
It's 16,000 now.
Yeah.
Was 2,000 data, you know how much you're spending. So if somebody now paid it for you, let's say you met your senior from Queen's College. You guys went to Queen's College together and the person was your senior. And then say, don't worry, I'll pay for you. Okay? Or you have a squatter in the hostel. The person say, okay, I will pay for you. You have made an income. So anytime somebody pays something and says, don't worry, I'll do it for you. That's an income. We're going to see the exceptions later, but you must recognize the income first. So let's go to the third question. Any other person with question?
Yeah, good afternoon. Good morning, sir. Please have a question.
Quickly.
Yes, last class you gave an example of two UNILAG lecturers. One is on campus.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the question?
So my question is, in that scenario you painted that last class, how do you calculate? You said the scenario is somebody outside rented apartment.
What's the question? I know the question.
Okay, my question now is, how do you calculate the income that the lecturer that spent, the one that got an apartment outside?
Wait. The person that rent an apartment outside is paying 1.2 million. This person is not paying, so it's 1.2 million. The person that didn't pay made 1.2 million. What's the question? There's a girl there. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Somebody on campus didn't pay the 1.2 million, or somebody university is paying for his driver, but me, I'm paying for my own driver. So the person that university is paying his driver has made income. Whatever I'm paying is the income that he has made. We should be on the same level. What's the question? Do you get it, sir?
Yes.
Hold on. Did you get it, Mr. Questioner?
Yeah, it's good. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right. What's the question, woman, the lady?
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask, this last question we just treated about the tenants effecting the improvements that are worth 4 million. Does it fall under section 3, sub 1, paragraph C, that states any gain or profit, including any premiums arising from
it's a gain, it's a gain, it's a gain. You don't need to go further. The person has made a gain. It's a gain, it's a profit. If this, and it could be a trade, if the owner is in the business of renting houses, it's a gain from a trade or a business. But we know it's a gain because somebody has given him 4 million naira in kind. In kind. Even though he didn't get it in cash, it is in kind. Any other question for you? Yes, go ahead.
Please have another one. If we're answering this question, do you have to state the specific paragraph that it falls under?
If you give me section 3, but you must mention the term. Like somebody called it premium, it's not premium, it's a gain, it's a benefit, it's a profit. If it's from employment, it says from employment. If it's from a trade, the term is from a trade. This person, the tenant is not working for the owner, so it's not from employment. It's a trade. The owner is out of renting houses, so it's from a trade. It's not employment. But if it's from employment, like the first one, where somebody was working for Ghana, a lawyer, that's from employment. You must be able to identify the class of the income. That one is simple enough. Are you with me?
Okay, you said this one now for the owner is for a trade. Because I was asking that, is it for a right granted to any person for the use of his property? That's what I was thinking it was under.
Yeah, that it could fall under that as well. But if you call it from trade as well, it is from trade because the owner is out of renting houses. Yes.
Okay,
it could be that as well. Thank you very well. Okay, let's move on to C because we have some more questions to go. Oyinkan, the third bullet.
Are there any tax consequences to tenants if tenant effects exactly the same improvement, all by tenant himself, and incurs only 1 million?
Okay. Where is Toibat? I want you to take on from there. Toibat, can you come on?
He has made a 3 million naira benefit.
Wait.
Toibat has made a 3 million.
Toibat, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Who is the focus of this third question now? Who is the focus? Is it the owner? So
it's the tenant.
You see the difference now. You must know the focus of the question. So this question is talking about the tenant. So what does the question say, Toibat?
Are there any tax consequences to tenants?
Yes.
If tenants exactly the same improvements all by tenant himself and incurs only 1 million naira. Yes, so there will be tax consequences.
Okay. How much the tenant gain?
Yes, he gains 3 million naira.
How do you have at 3 million?
Because in the first place, he was supposed to pay 5 million naira to the landlord.
Excellent. If you are beside me, I've given you a hug, but I'm not a Muslim. So the first thing is that he was supposed to have paid 5 million. So you are getting it now, Abi? You got it now. Sir. You got it right. So what should have come out of his pocket is 5 million. So what actually came out from his pocket?
Was 2 million naira.
Tell me, break that 2 million. Tell me, how do you have the 2 million?
In cash. Then he incurred 1 million naira
in expenses. Exactly. So it happened that the tenant was a contractor, so he didn't end up hiring anybody. So all he paid, he got a 5 million naira benefit because if you had gone to rent the same house for another person, you would have paid 5 million. But now he rented from this guy. All he paid to that guy was 1 million naira cash and then 1 million naira expenses when he bought paint and all those cement. So he did all the work by himself. So instead of paying 5 million, he only paid out 2 million. So 2 million naira minus 5 million gives him 2 million naira profit. So at the end of the year, he must declare that 3 million naira as his profit. Does anybody have any question on this one? I'm ready to entertain any question before we move on. Mayowa, do you understand it?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, I have a question.
Who is this?
My name is Tiwalade, sir.
Okay, Tiwalade. I'm going to know. I want to be calling this name. So, Mayowa, Tiwalade. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I want to ask the amount that tenant is paying. in tax or the income that he has made, does it in any way affect owner's income or owner's tax? Because it's the same 5 million we're talking about.
No. Owner is making his income on his own. Tenant is making his own income on his own. They are separate.
So if with the way this bullet point 3 is, owner is still making 5 million.
Yes, but the focus on number 3 is not on owner. The focus on the So we have finished with the owner in first and second. So owner made 5 million naira, which he must declare, but tenant made 3 million, which tenant must declare. But I get where you're going, but we get there. Have you finished, Walade, or do you want me to explain more?
Please explain more.
Which one do you want to explain?
It feels like the tax is double on the same amount of money.
No. There's somebody else talking there beside us.
Between Adremi with a lot of us, hopefully it's only few. I'm serious, that thing is real.
Okay, I don't even know what.
Who is that? Who are those two people? Okay, Tiwalade. So there's no double taxation here because each person is different. The landlord is a real estate guy. He's renting houses, so he's making his own income. We don't care about. When we are dealing with home, how much do you make from your renting houses? 5 million. That's what. But the tenant too, he himself too, supposed to be renting houses. He's supposed to be leasing from landlord. He too made income. So there are two different. It only happened that they are from same transactions. We're gonna see. Look at. Okay. Let's keep to.
I have a question.
Hold on. Okay. The question is not here. Assuming now, Tualade, assuming I'm a doctor. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you are a lawyer. You send your family to me. I treat them for free. And then when I have court cases with me, I send them to those courts and you handle them for free. Have you made income?
Okay.
No, have you made income? When you send your family to me, I treat them for free, and then I send my own cases to you and my family cases to you. You're a lawyer, you handle them for free. Have you made income? Let's say you send your family to me and I treated them, sometimes I'm supposed to charge 5 million. I didn't charge anything. And then I send my cases to you, sometimes I'm supposed to charge 5 million, you didn't charge. Have you made any income?
Yes, sir.
Where is the income? Where from the treatment of your the
money that I would have paid to the doctor.
Exactly. So the same thing. Exactly. So you got it right. So it doesn't matter. There's no double taxation. Each person is making income on whatever they are doing. So we don't care about how they are making it. As long as they are making income, there's no double taxation. So there's a guy there. What's your question, sir?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we see more as we get ahead. What's your question, sir? There was a guy who wanted to talk now. There was one guy who wanted to. Yes, go ahead. What's the name?
Actually, this is Okiki, sir.
Okay.
Go ahead. Oh, the hypothetical scenario the question we treated just now about the guy that used he is a worker, so you did an improvement of 1 million, which he did not. So he made a gain of 3 million naira. So let's assume while making the improvement, he paid his co-workers, let's say 500,000 naira. Would the gain he made, the profit he made, would it still remain 3 million naira?
It will not be 2.5. So, you say your name is Okiki, or what do you call your name now?
Okikiola, sir. Okikiola.
So Okiki has expanded the question. So the question will now be tenant incurred 1.5 million. So the tenant would have made 2.5 million naira again, based on Okiki's question. Because that will be additional expenses. So that will be 2 points.
So I want
The
to ask
answer
a
will not be 2.
question.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. What's your name?
So my name is Prince. I want to ask if, for example, now, the question is that the taxpayer in question received an apartment from his parents or something, and he
Apartment
was
from who?
supposed to have
From who?
paid
From who? I missed that. Hold on. Apartment from who?
from his parents.
Okay.
And if he was to rent that apartment, it would have cost maybe 2 million. So will it now be taxable as income?
Okay.
For
So if I'm going to answer, is it Okiki? You said your name is Okiki, Abi?
No, Prince.
Prince, okay. So if I'm going to, in this case, Prince has gone ahead of us into the gift exception. But generally, if the question comes like that, the way the Prince has said it now, Prince is saying that assuming that there's a taxpayer who rented a house from his parents, the fair market value of the rental is 2.2 million, but he did not pay to his parents. As the tenant made an income, yes, he has made an income under Section 3 of Personal Income Tax Act. And according to case law, he has made an income. Glenshaw. However, based on the case of Dubenstein, we get there now. We're going to do Dubenstein, Duberstein. That's a gift exception. Gift, G-I-F-T. Gift exception to income because it came out of love. Out of love, out of affection. It's not based on any employment or any ulterior motive. So we're going to look at the motive because they are experienced. We assume that it is based on love and affection. So we're going to look at that exception. So that's the answer to that. Okay, let's go to someone that's detailed number 7. No, let's go to number 8. Someone that's detailed number 7 from there.
Number 8. Mr. Akin, as an employee of Land Registry, takes a bribe of 10 million naira.
Okay. Prince, can you answer that? Prince.
Hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Like you said.
No, not like I said. I'm not authority.
Okay. Well, it is income because it falls under the provisions of Section 3(1)(f). As any gain or profit not included in 3(1)(a) to E. And since there's no prohibition under the Personal Income Tax Act for illegal income, it's still taxable.
Okay. What about Glenshaw glass test?
So the Glenshaw glass test, there is undeniable ascension to wealth because he has collected the 10 million already and is clearly realized and he has complete dominion over it.
Okay. So I want you to read number 9 yourself. We don't want to talk about that. So
okay, can I read now?
No, don't worry. Let people read it on their own. So we want to go to, does anybody have any question on income before we go to section 10, 183 days old? We have 15 more minutes.
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
So for question 4, the question says lawyer works for employee and earns 2 million per year.
Yes.
In 2012. Then Gani Faremi asked the lawyer to work Gani at 2.5 million per year. We didn't talk about the 2.5 million per year.
We talked about it.
Okay, from what you explained, what I got was that is it
Somebody who answered the question? Somebody answered the question. Was it read one or
was
or
Toibat? No, read one.
Okay. He answered everything now.
Yeah, but I just wanted to be clear about the profits because I'm seeing 2.5 million. I'm also seeing 500,000 naira for stocks and shares and 500,000 for his wife, a car, for a used car.
Okay. Now, what's your name, ma?
Says Oyinkansola.
Oh, the same Onyinkan. Aha. So Onyinkan is working for Unilag. And Unilag is paying is it 2 million? And then Lasu says, come and work for me for 2.5. Okay? And then Onyinkan goes to Unilag and say, I want to retire from Unilag. I want to go to Lasu. Where they're going to pay me 2.5. Unilag says, okay, I'm going to increase your salary 2.5. So don't go to Lasu. Lasu now says, no, I will increase it to 3 million. I'll give you 2 million naira cash. I'll give you 500,000 naira stock. And then I'll give your wife, I'll give your husband 500,000 naira car. So what is the problem there?
Okay, I understand it now, sir. Thank you.
So originally, the first person said the new employer said, I'll give you 2.5. Onyinkan went back to his current employer and said, somebody give me 2.5. Then the current employer said, I will meet it. But the new employer says, so I will increase it. And increase it with a stock and a car. Now, any other question apart from Onyinkan?
Yes, sir. Good morning,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir,
go ahead.
Sir, please, I wanted to confirm what will qualify as an income. So, according to your explanation, if I'm to pay for something and someone else pays for me, to qualify as an income. Now, my question is, when I'm not going to, like, when it comes as a gift, like I did not ask for it, I did not need it, but someone else gave it to me.
From who? Who's that someone else? Who's that someone else?
Maybe like my friend, or
is it a boy or a girl?
Any one of them.
No.
Maybe like
no. We need to know. That's why we are lawyers. We look at the substance. Yesterday
yes,
night,
sir.
I was with two of my friends. Man, this guy always, one of them is an Asian guy. He does a lot of things for me. So I bought them drinks.
Yes, sir.
This I was buying for him is not because I like him, but because of what I'm going to gain in the future. So it depends on what is it. We are going to look at the exception later. The exception matters.
Okay, sir.
The exception says that the giving of the item must be born out of affection. If I collect something
okay.
If somebody gives me something now, and that person is going to get something from me in the future, it's not a gift. If he's going to get something from me in the future, it is not a gift. So if it's somebody that is expecting something from you,
yes, sir,
it cannot be a gift. It cannot. But if it's your dad, your grandma, have you gone to visit your grandma in Ijebu before on those states? You have grown. They will pull your hair. You meet them at the foot of Jesus. Anyway, she will pull
Thank you very much, sir.
She will pull your hair. She will give you stuff. That what your grandma is giving you, she does not want anything from you, nothing. All she wants from you is that you become a good child to your parents. That's what we call gift. But somebody looking for something, it's not a gift. Let's go to Section 10.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right. In Nigeria, there are a lot of people come to Nigeria. They are not Nigerians. By the time you start working now, you work for Ajimogobia, you see a lot of cases like that. Shell being expatriates, Germans, Italians, French, Americans, Britons, they come to Nigeria to come and work. Are they subject to tax in Nigeria? Are they subject to tax in Nigeria? So if a person comes to work in Nigeria, is he subject to tax in Nigeria? Section 10 is what defines, and you yourself, if you go to US now, are you subject to tax in Nigeria? Section 10 is what tells us who is subject to tax in Nigeria. So, Onyekon, can we read Section 10?
Okay. In 2011, Section 10 sub 1 of PITA was being significantly amended. The amended section now reads as follows. 1. The gain or profit from an employment shall be deemed from Nigeria if A. The duties of the employment are wholly or partly performed in Nigeria, unless than Nigeria, and the remuneration of the employee is not borne by a fixed base of the employer in Nigeria. And, sorry, let me read it again. A, the duties of the employment are wholly or partly performed in Nigeria, unless I, the duties are performed on behalf of an employer who is in a country other than Nigeria, and the remuneration of the employee is not borne by a fixed base of the employer in Nigeria. And II, the employee is not in Nigeria for a period or periods amounting to an aggregate of 183 days, inclusive annual leave or temporary period of absence, or more in any 12-month period, commencing in a calendar year and ending either within that same year or the following year. And III, the remuneration of the employee is liable to tax in that other country under the provisions of the Avoidance of Double Taxation Treaty with that country.
All right, let me quickly, because we wasted too much time. So generally, this is what we call the 183 days rule. A person is taxable in Nigeria, especially expatriates. People come, non-Nigerians, they are taxable in Nigeria, number one, if the duties are performed wholly or partly in Nigeria. Then there are two elements that must be met. So if a person comes to Nigeria and works in Nigeria, either wholly or partly, the income will be subject to tax in Nigeria, number one. Number one, if the salary remuneration that is paid to the person is born out of a fixed base in Nigeria. For example, the first requirement is that the remuneration, that's the salary, must be paid out of a fixed base, out of work that is done on a fixed base in Nigeria. For example, if there's an OML in Warri and they worked on that OML, or they worked on one construction at Alagbado, or from the train that goes from Kokotu Island. So that is from a fixed base in Nigeria. So if the salary is paid from that work, that fixed base in Nigeria, then it meets the first element. Number two, the person must live in Nigeria for 183 days in a 12-month period. 183, so that's a 12-month period. It doesn't say from January to December, it says a 12-month period. So it could be from January, it could be from June 2024 to May 2025. It must just be a 12 months. So once the person has lived in Nigeria for 183 days in a 12-month period, calendar and 12-month period, doesn't matter. It does not have to be from January. It can be any 12-month period. And then temporary absences, leave, vacation are counted. So if a person is working in Nigeria and he goes from 1 month to Britain to see his family, he's still working in Nigeria. We are going to look at these elements. We're going to look at cases Just for you to, once you get this, you know, and then the third thing is that Nigeria must have no double tax agreement with the country of that person. So for Nigeria to be able to tax, let me sum it up again. For Nigeria to be able to tax the income of a foreigner, an expatriate who's working in Nigeria, number one, the income, the salary that is paid to the expatriate must be paid out of a fixed base in Nigeria. So the salary must be paid out of a work that is done from a certain location in Nigeria. Number two, that person must be resident in Nigeria for 183 days in a 12-month calendar period. It didn't say January to December, it just said 12 months. So 12 months can be December 2024 to November 2025. It can be November 2024 to October 2025, 12 months. And during that 12 months, you count temporary absences, vacation, sick, education, and all that. You count it apart. So if person comes in May, and then in June he goes for a study leave in Angola, it's still part of the 183 days. Finally, there must be no double tax treaty between Nigeria and that person's country. So I'm going to give you a problem question today so that we look at whether you understand this section 10. This is how to tax foreigners. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye. I can't log off. I'm trying to see where I am, where I can log off.